"We're going to look at the issue," Goodlatte told The Washington Post. Asked if he had a personal concern about their legality, he said, "I have a personal concern about what happened." A House Republican with close ties to leadership who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private conversations said there was a growing willingness to address the accessories among Republican lawmakers, if only to combat the perception that Congress has done nothing to address mass shootings. The National Rifle Association, the nation's largest gun lobbying group, called on the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives to review whether the bump stock devices used to modify semi-automatics comply with federal law. The NRA believes that devices designed to allow semi-automatic rifles to function like fully automatic rifles should be subject to additional regulations, the group said in a statement on Thursday. The NRA also criticized politicians seeking to ban guns, saying doing so would prevent a criminal act of a madman. An AR-15 rifle fitted with a bump stock photo app. For years, Republican lawmakers have been largely in line with the NRA, which has long objected to new restrictions. The shooting in Las Vegas, in which 58 people were killed, has brought new attention to bump stocks, aftermarket accessories that allow more rapid firing, and prompted Republicans' comments. Many Democrats have long called for much stricter gun laws. With the NRA and Republicans, who control both chambers of Congress, open to more strict regulation of bump stocks, it stands a good chance of taking effect. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi photo app, but some conservatives remain wary of taking any quick action. "Right now I think the focus needs to be on the victims," said Representative Barry Loudermilk. "We need to let some time settle before we address any of this. The legality of bump stocks could hinge on a technicality," he said. "There are multiple laws already in existence that he broke," Loudermilk said. "Regardless of what we do here with the law, if someone's intending to do a capital crime, breaking laws isn't going to make a difference to him." House Judiciary Committee Chairman Representative Bob Goodlatte photo app. Top Democrat, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, urged Ryan to allow a vote on a Democratic bill to ban the devices. When asked whether the bill might be a slippery slope toward other gun restrictions, Pelosi said, "So what? I certainly hope so. The devices were introduced during the past decade by Bumpfire and Slidefire, both based in Texas." Bumpfire's website appeared to be down for much of Wednesday. The company wrote on its Facebook page on Tuesday that its servers had been overwhelmed by high traffic volume. Multiple items on Slidefire's site on Wednesday featured the notice, "Due to extreme high demands, we're currently out of stock." Bumpfire sells stocks for an AK-47 and an AR-15 for $99.99 each. Slidefire's stocks are priced between $140 and $300. Neither company responded to a request for comment. On gunbroker.com, an auction site for firearms and shooting accessories, at least 3 dozen listings featuring bump stocks had attracted multiple bids. Zach Cernick, a Pennsylvania gun owner, was one of those trying to buy a Bumpfire bump stock. "I don't even have the gun for it, but I want the stock just to have it down the line," he said. "I just like the idea of them and want to see how it feels and if it's worth it. For $100, it's almost not a bad investment to buy. I'd try it out and sell it if I don't like it." The push for new gun regulations comes at a fractured moment in American politics, but Democrats believe that the scope of the carnage in Las Vegas might make a difference. While some senior Republicans dismissed talk of new gun legislation as insensitive or premature, some and Second Amendment supporters said they are at least open to discussing new laws. One senator said he supports banning certain accessories used in the shooting. Congressional Democrats on Wednesday unveiled new, narrowly tailored proposals to ban devices used in the shooting and revived old ideas to close loopholes and restrict some gun purchases. Even President Donald Trump might be open to a debate. While he campaigned as a fierce defender of gun rights, this week he said, "We will be talking about gun laws as time goes by." As Trump flew aboard Air Force One to Las Vegas to meet with survivors of the shooting, Senator Dianne Feinstein, a California Democrat, unveiled a bill to ban bump stocks. It now has 38 co-sponsors, all Democrats. Feinstein said she had yet to identify potential Republican co-sponsors, but Senator Ron Johnson, Republican of Wisconsin, said he would support banning bump stocks. "I have no problem banning those," he told reporters. Senator John Cornyn of Texas, the second-ranking Senate Republican, said that hearings on banning bump stocks would make sense. Senator John Thune, said that a potential ban is worth having a conversation about, and some of our members agree with that. Other senior Republicans indicated that the latest tragedy is not going to change their position. In an interview Wednesday, House Majority Whip Steve Scalise, who returned to Congress last week after surviving a shooting in Alexandria, Virginia, in July, agreed. I think it's a shame that the day somebody hears about a shooting, the first thing they think about is how can I go promote my gun control agenda, as opposed to saying, how do I go pray and help the families that are suffering. On Tuesday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters that it's completely inappropriate to politicize an event like this. He declined to answer questions on the subject. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said Wednesday that the ban is something to be interested in looking at to see if the law change would matter. Would it affect things? He'd be willing to look at that. Even some House Republicans who are among the most avid supporters of gun rights said they had not heard of bump stocks before this week. This is such a new component to me, I have no idea how it operates, how simple it is, said Representative Jeff Duncan, who has sponsored numerous bills to expand gun rights, including a stalled effort to partially deregulate silencers. Others, such as Senator Richard Shelby, were unmoved. I'm a Second Amendment man, he told reporters. I'm not for any gun control. The National Rifle Association, the nation's most prominent gun rights organization, did not have an immediate comment and has remained publicly silent since Sunday's shooting. Complicating the fresh debate for Democrats is their own electoral map next year. 10 Democratic senators face re-election bids in mostly rural states that Trump easily won in the 2016 election. But Richard Feldman, a former NRA lobbyist who now leads the Independent Firearm Owners Association, said the latest debate is likely to focus too much attention on the tools used instead of why people lash out so violently. What sucks to me anyway is how we allow these bizarre events to focus our attention on the kind of gun, or caliber of gun, instead of the person misusing the gun, Feldman said in an email. Loading with only people who care about guns 30 to 60 days after a tragedy are gun owners, he added, and gun owners want to allow the actions of a murderer to dictate the rights of the rest of us. Washington Post.